Hello, Ms. Johnson. This is Mr. Gibson, and I got your questions, so I hope that this video helps you. Okay, first of all, there are two ways that we can attack this problem. The first way that I'm going to show you is basically doing it by hand, and then I'm going to show you how to do it on the calculator. So let's take a look at the question. It says a person invests $4,070 in stocks today, and their value doubles every 5 years. Let F of T be the value in dollars of the investment at T years from now. Find an equation of F. Find the value of the investment 20 years from now. Okay, now, this is the first thing we need to do. We want to set this equation up as F of T is equal to AB to the T power. Now we know this is exponential regression. Okay, first of all, we know in exponential regression that A represents the y-intercept, and we know the y-intercept is basically our starting point. And since this person started off with $4,070 in stocks, we have F of T is equal now to $4,070. That is what A would be. And we would take that B to the T power. Now, so we know what A would be. Now we want to solve for B. Now to solve for B, we have another clue here. It says every 5 years the value doubles every 5 years. So we know T represents time. So in this case, T would be 5. And then F of T, because the value doubles every year, we'll take 4,070 times 2, which would be 8,140. That's what F of T would equal to. Okay, so now this is what we would do. We would substitute these values. So F of T would be 8,140. And that would be equal to 4,070. Now we don't know what B is, but we do know that T is to the 5th power. So now we will divide each side by 4,070. And this will give us 2 is equal to B to the 5th power. Now we would take the 5th root of both sides. And what we would end up with, we would take the 5th root of 2. So we'll press 5 and math. And you will go down to the number 5. So that's the 5th root of 2. And it tells us here that to round the decimal to 4 decimal places. So we will have 1.1487. So this would be B is equal to 1.1487. Now, what we're supposed to do, we need to type in these values. Let's type them in just to be certain. So we know A will be 4,070. And then B, let me look back here. B will be 1.1487. Check our answer, and it's correct. Okay, now, it asks us here would be the value of the investment 20 years from now is blank. Okay, now, let's take a look here. Okay, we could write out our full equation now. Our full equation would be F of T is equal to 4,070 times 1.1487, because that'll substitute for B, to the T power. Now they want the value of the investment 20 years from now. So that means 20 represents T. So we'll do F of 20 is equal to 4,070 times 1.1487 to the 20th power. Now we'll pull up our calculator. We have 4,070 times 1.1487, and then we would take that to the 20th power.